Hi, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, where we use words, phrases, and real life situations to help you learn and improve your English. So if you like these videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Also, tell your friends about it. And if you want to get notices and notifications of new videos that are coming up, just hit the bell and you will receive those automatically. So today we're going to be in the studio again. We're not going to be outside, but we have, I think, an interesting video lesson for you and explaining maybe why English can be pretty confusing or a little bit difficult. So today's episode we're going to be talking about homonyms. Homonyms. And you might ask yourself, hey, what is a homonym? So a homonym is a word that is spelled, or it's actually two words or several words that are spelled the same and sound the same, but have different meanings. So it's words that are spelled the same, sound the same, but have different meanings. So you might be asking, what do you mean by that? What kind of words are you talking about? So I have going through a list of 19 words that are considered homonyms, and I'll give you a kind of a definition of each word, what it is, and use the word in a sentence. And then I'll also use both the words, or in one instance, three words that are spelled the same, sound the same, and use all of those words in one sentence so you can see how confusing it may be. But the first word that we're going to get into is bat. Bat. B-A-T. So of course, bat, you may know, is a type of animal. It's a mammal that has wings and flies, and it eats insects. But a bat can also be something that's made out of wood. And if you've seen the American game called baseball, they have a bat, and they hit a ball with a baseball bat. So that's spelled exactly the same. So bat, as far as the animal, I can say, I saw a bat last night while out for a walk. I saw a bat last night while out for a walk. And also I can use the word bat, like in baseball bat, in a sentence, as he likes to use an aluminum bat when he plays baseball. He likes to use an aluminum bat when he plays baseball. Then I'm going to use both of these words, bat, in one sentence. So that sentence is, he used a bat to try to hit the bat. He used a bat to try and hit the bat. So that means he used like a baseball bat to try to hit the flying bat, the flying animal. The second example is the word match. Match. M-A-T-C-H. So a match can be something, if you want to barbecue. A match is a wooden stick that has a substance on the end, and we say you can strike it and you can light it, and it creates a small fire at the end of the stick. That's a match. Or you can light a cigarette with a match. But match can also have another meaning. It means to be the same or suitable to one another, or it can also mean to have the same quality or appearance as something else. So for example, I'll use the word match, the first type of match that you can light. He used a match to light the charcoal in the barbecue grill. He used a match to light the charcoal in the barbecue grill. The second example of match is like something that can go together or look well together. She wants to buy a dress to match her shoes. She wants to buy a dress to match her shoes. Now I'm going to use a sentence using both of the different words for match. He lit a match, and we use the word lit a match. To light the candles that match. He lit a match to light the candles that match. So the candles matching means the candles look alike or they have the same appearance. The third example is the word mean. Mean, M-E-A-N, mean. So mean can be just not nice, but mean can also has a definition of to signify something, or to want to express something, or how you want to express something, or how you try to say something. For example, what does this sentence mean? What does this sentence mean? What is it trying to say? What is it trying to express? What does it mean? Or if somebody says something to you and you don't understand, you can say, hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand that. The sentence using mean as far as not nice is, he has been very mean to me lately. He has been very mean to me lately. And the third sentence using both of the words mean, what do you mean that he is a mean person? He has always been nice to me. Hey, what do you mean that he is a mean person? He has always been nice to me. Like, what are you trying to say? What is you trying to signify or express? That he is a mean person, that he is a person that is not nice. And number 4 is the word right. Right, R-I-G-H-T. So right can mean correct, to be right, to be correct. But right, can also mean direction, like turn right, or your right hand. So the first sentence, an example is, I'm sure my answer to the question is right. I'm sure my answer to the question is right. That means I'm sure my answer to the question is correct. A second example is, take a right turn at the intersection. Take a right turn at the intersection. So using both of these words in one sentence, I can say, hey, turn right, and then you will be going in the right direction. Turn right, and then you will be going in the right direction, or you will be going in the correct direction, the direction that you need to go. Number 5 is the word ring, R-I-N-G, ring. So ring is a piece of jewelry that you can wear on your finger, like a wedding ring. But ring in English can also mean to call, like to call somebody on the telephone. Or ring is the sound that a phone makes when somebody is calling you. That's called the ring, or the phone is ringing, we say. So my first example is, she was wearing a beautiful wedding ring. So she was wearing a beautiful wedding ring. The second example of ring, and I can tell somebody, if you hear my phone ring, please answer it. If you hear my phone ring, please answer it. Now, one sentence using both words, I can tell my friend, hey, give me a ring when you want to come and pick up your ring. Give me a ring, that means call me on my phone. Give me a ring when you want to come and pick up your ring. The sixth example is the word rock. Rock. And rock can be like a stone or a piece of stone that you can find outside, or if you're walking in the mountains, it's a rock. But rock can also signify a type of music we call rock music, where they play guitars and bass and drums. And you might be familiar with rock music, like the Rolling Stones is a very famous band, or maybe even the Beatles. So the first example is he loves to listen to rock music. He loves to listen to rock music. The second word is, or sentence is, he threw a rock at the window and broke it. He threw a rock at the window and broke it. So now one sentence using both words. He sat on a big rock listening to rock music. He sat on a big rock listening to rock music. The seventh example is the word well. Well. Well can mean like very or good, but a well can also be a thing. A well can be a hole in the ground where people can get water from to drink. It's called a well also. So the first sentence and example is, the conference was very well organized. The conference was very well organized. The second example is, the villagers get water from a well. The villagers get water from a well. So now one sentence using both words. He didn't feel well after drinking water from the well. He didn't feel well drinking water from the well. He didn't feel good after he drank the water from the well. The eighth example is date. Date, D-A-T-E. So date can be when you have an event, you set a date, like a month, a day, and a year is called the date. A date can also be when two people, a boy and a girl, or a man or a woman, go out and get to know each other. We say they go out on a date. They may go out to a restaurant or a movie to get to know each other. That's called a date. And this is interesting. There's also a third word called date, which is a type of fruit. It looks like maybe a large raisin, but it's called a date. So the first example is, the date for their wedding is March 3rd. The date for their wedding is March 3rd. The second meaning of date is this sentence. On our first date, we went to dinner and then to a movie. On our first date, we went to dinner and then to a movie. So now one sentence, I'm going to use all three words for date, even including the food. They set a date to go on their first date where they each will eat a date. They set a date, like March 3rd, for example, to go on their first date, where they go out to get each other, where they each will eat a date. They each will eat a date. So that's kind of a funny sentence, but it shows how all three words can be used in one sentence to imply or signify or have different meanings. The ninth word is fly. So of course, fly can be an insect that buzzes around, we say, that buzzes around and flies around. To fly can also mean to move around in the air, like a bird can fly, we say, and flap its wings. An airplane can fly, or you can fly on an airplane from one place to another. So the first sentence, an example, there was a dead fly on the windowsill. There was a dead fly on the windowsill. Second sentence. Would you rather fly or drive? Would you rather fly or take a plane or drive? So now one sentence using both words. How fast can a fly fly? How fast can a fly, the insect, fly? So here the two words are back to back, we say, or one right after the other. Fly, fly. The 10th example is the word letter. Letter, L-E-T-T-E-R. A letter can be, you might write a letter to your friend and you put it in the mail to let them know how you are doing. That's a letter. Maybe you receive something in the mail in an envelope. We said, hey, you received a letter. And a letter is just what a word is made of. Different letters of the alphabet is also a letter. So the first example is, a letter came in the mail today from your mother. A letter came in the mail today from your mother. The second sentence, B, is the second letter of the alphabet. B is the second letter of the alphabet. Now, one sentence using both words. The letter began with the letter D. The letter, maybe I'm writing a letter, began with the letter D. Like, for example, I could say, Dear John, or Dear Mary. It began with the letter D. The 11th example is the word park. Park, P-A-R-K. Park can be a place where you go to relax, to walk around and enjoy the outside as a park. Take your kids to play. But park can also mean you can take your car and you drive it somewhere and put it in a location to park the car. So the first example sentence is, we went for a walk in the park. We went for a walk in the park. Also, the second example is, we have to park the car in that lot over there. We have to park the car in that lot over there. Now, one sentence using both words. We should park the car as close to the park as possible. We should park the car as close to the park as possible. Number 12 is the word saw. Saw, S-A-W, saw. Saw can be an instrument or a tool, that's a better word, that carpenters use or that you can use to cut wood. It's a saw. And saw is like the past tense of to see, like I saw something. So the first example sentence is, I need to use a saw to cut this piece of wood. I need to use a saw to cut this piece of wood. Second sentence is, I saw your friend John at the party yesterday. I saw your friend John at the party yesterday. Now one sentence. So I can, somebody might ask me a question and they can say, did you see the saw? Did you see the saw? So did you see the saw? That's kind of a funny question because I'm using the word see and then the past tense of see, which is saw, but this time saw is a thing. In my answer to did you see the saw, I can answer, I saw the saw sitting on the table. I saw the saw sitting on the table. So did you see the saw? I saw the saw sitting on the table. The next example word is ship. Ship, S-H-I-P. So a ship is like a big or large boat, or sometimes we say a vessel, a ship, like a cruise ship. But ship can also mean like to send or to mail, usually something large to somebody in another location, another place, another city, or another country is to ship something. So my first example sentence is, I need to ship this package to my brother in Japan. I need to ship this package to my brother in Japan. That means I need to send this or to mail it. The second sentence is, he works as a captain on a big ship in the Navy. He works as a captain on a big ship in the Navy. Now, one sentence using both words. They will ship the cars on a cargo ship. They will ship the cars on a cargo ship. And cargo just means the things that are included in a big ship. Usually a cargo ship travels long distances, so they have large items that they are shipping or taking from one place to another. Number 14 is the word tie, T-I-E. So a tie can be something that a man wears to, when he wants to, we say, dress up or to look nice. He'll wear a tie, maybe to work, to a work meeting or to church. But to tie can also mean to use string or rope and to tie something up, to tie something up. And also tie has a third meaning. Tie can mean like in a sports game, the score can be tied, which means it can be even or equal, like 1-1 or 2-2. But the first word tie, as far as like tying something up, I can say, you need to tie your shoelaces before you trip. You need to tie your shoelaces before you trip. And the second example for tie that you wear is, I have to wear a tie to work every day. I have to wear a tie to work every day. Now, one sentence using both words. His mother helped him tie his tie. So his mother helped him tie his tie. Number 15 is the word duck, D-U-C-K. Duck, of course, can be a type of bird that lays eggs. But duck can also mean to lower your body down. So if something is usually heading for my head, I can duck. That means when I move my body down like this is to duck. So I can miss something from hitting my head. Or maybe there is a low branch from a tree and I'm walking. I may need to duck my head. We say duck my head so I will not hit the tree branch. So the first sentence is, she has a duck for a pet. She has a duck for a pet. The second sentence, he had to duck as he came through the door. He had to duck as he came through the door. Now, one sentence using both words. He needed to duck when the duck flew close to his head. He needed to duck when the duck flew close to his head. The next example is the word fall, F-A-L-L. Fall is a season of the year. Usually occurs around September, October, when the weather starts to get cooler. And fall also can mean to like fall down, to lose your balance, to go to the floor. So the first sentence is, fall is my favorite time of the year. Fall is my favorite time of the year. Second sentence, the floor is wet, so make sure you don't fall. The floor is wet, so make sure you don't fall. Now, one sentence using both words. When fall arrives, the leaves begin to fall from the trees. When fall arrives, the leaves begin to fall from the trees. Number 17 is the word left, left. So left can mean direction, like turn left or your left hand. But left can also mean the past tense of to leave, like he left already. So the first sentence, turn left at the first light to get to your destination. So turn left at the first light to get to your destination. Second sentence is, they left yesterday to go on their trip to Europe. They left yesterday to go on their trip to Europe. Now, one sentence using both words. After he left the stoplight, he took a left at the second corner. The number 18 is the word watch. Watch, W-A-T-C-H, watch. So watch is like to look at something. Like I like to watch TV. But watch can also be a thing, like something I wear on my wrist to tell the time. That's a watch. So the first example sentence is, I like to watch the local news every night before I go to bed. I like to watch the local news every night before I go to bed. The second sentence, he always wears an expensive watch. He always wears an expensive watch. So one sentence now using both words. Watch out that the pickpockets don't steal your watch. Watch out. Watch out means like be careful. Be on the alert. Pay attention. Like watch out. That the pickpockets are people that want to steal from you. So we say they pick, your pocket is the thing or the place in your pants where you can put your money or your keys is called the pocket. So people like to pick your pocket. That means they like to take things out of your pocket. We call those people pickpockets. So watch out that the pickpockets don't steal your watch. Watch out that the pickpockets don't steal your watch, because pickpockets also steal things that are not only in your pockets, but other things, your jewelry, your watches, things outside of your pockets. And the last word is can, C-A-N. So a can be something that you drink out of, like a soda can, a Coke can, or a can of beans, of vegetables. But can also mean like to be able to do something. Can you see me? Can you hear me? The first sentence is, he can speak English fluently. He can speak English fluently. The second sentence, he opened a can of beans to fix for lunch. He opened a can of beans to fix for lunch, or to prepare, to cook for lunch. Now one sentence using both words. Can you give me a can of Coke? Can you give me a can of Coke? So that wraps up this episode of Learn Everyday English, and I hope you found that interesting. You learned something. I hope you found it, we say beneficial. Beneficial, that means you benefited from it. You derived something from it. You found it useful. So again, if you like this video or these types of video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it and hit the bell for notifications. And until next time, we'll see you later on this channel of Learn Everyday English.